Hey everybody, have you ever found yourself in a situation like this? You got a massive hole in the hood of your car and you're not sure what to do about it? Well, today we're going to show you how to turn this into this fully functional water slide for the hood of your car. Alright, now the first and most important process of this whole thing, get it, hole, is the hole. Now that you've got that taken care of, we went ahead and built ourselves a frame of sorts using some 20 gauge sheet metal, a little bit of time in the bender, and some messing around with the shrinker stretcher here. Got us these nice radius corners. This is two pieces welded together here and here, which fits like that. It's nothing too fancy. It'll all get trimmed out and cleaned up and made to look pretty, once you get everything else built, which should look something like that. Hopefully a little bit nicer eventually. This is all just kind of tacked and roughed together for a general shape, but you can see we've got plenty of room for hopefully airflow and probably rainwater because, well, it is that shape and on the hood of your car. But yeah, once you do that, we'll show you here now how we tacked this all together and got to this kind of monstrosity of sheet metal. Okay, now that we've got that all cut out and put to shape like this, we're going to go ahead and clamp it on our leading edge here. You want to start on this edge because this edge is permanent. We can adjust and, fix this overhang edge because we left a little bit of overhang there and get that desired radius. But yeah, first we're going to fire up the welder and give this a little tickety tack. And then we'll adjust the clamp to the middle somewhere here, maybe like so. And throw another tack in the middle just for fun. Watch out for that. Maybe grab our ground off the ground. Ah, that's hot. Okay. Something like that, maybe. We're tacked there, kinda. Then we're gonna want to undo these clamps. Something like that, maybe. And then there we have kind of our rough tacked in piece. And now we can go ahead and fill in the blanks here, fill in the blank over on this side, and see what happens. All right, now for building these shapes and stuff, it's really kind of complex and, little difficult, I guess you could say. You got to do a bunch of bends, and I don't necessarily have an English wheel or anything, so we're just bending it over the knee and, doing that. Should probably be talking to the camera right now, but I'm just trying to figure out how to get certain angles, I guess, to happen, would be the right way to say it. Maybe we're in over our heads here, who knows? Probably in over our heads. But that hasn't stopped us before, so we'll keep going till we figure it out, or, you know, fail miserably trying. There's that. Now we can take and hopefully just cut this something like that, I think. Looks about right. We can trim it from there and build the next piece. All right, and now we'll take this piece here that we cut off of here and form it to here, because, well, we couldn't form this bend and this curve all in one piece, so that's why we ended up splitting it in two like this. But should be fairly straightforward. It's just same as we did the other, just bend it over our knee where it needs to be, like so. We can always kind of fine-tune things later. All right, so apparently the phone had died there while I was doing this mess of work. So you get to just imagine what that process would have looked like. It was a lot like this process and this and, you know, whatever was recorded, but just here. So, you know, use your imagination there, can figure out how that kind of went. Really quite difficult. And now we've got this hole to fill, which should be done with, where did I put that piece? Right over there. With this piece. Super simple one. It's just a flat plate, no fancy curves or bends. You know, little cut. You can just lay it out on a piece of metal and trace it out. Really easy for this one. Lay it in there, and it should fit something like that, and we can just weld it in. So now we weld it in. Safety goggles on. Ground right here, attached, just as we planned. Okay. And now we weld it in. Like so. Like so. All right, and just like that, we have a very roughed in, this is far from complete, hood vent thing for a race car. Because race car, of course. No real other reason to be doing this. Now, can go ahead and trim and clean up whatever you like. I'll probably trim up this and do some grinding, and then we'll see how it fits. All right, now that we've got this monstrosity of metal tacked up, we're gonna throw it back in the hole in the hood and make sure we like how it looks, or at least don't hate how it looks, because, well, if we want to change anything, now's the time to change something. But I already did test fit this. It goes in something. How did this go? It goes in like this. It goes in like has to be this way, wasn't it? Maybe it was this way. Definitely not. Hold on here, just 1 second. Okay, it goes in like this. Yes, first try. And then you rotate it. And drop it. That's important. Drop tested. Ta-da! And now it's twisted, so we've got to untwist it a little bit. And now it's a little over-twisted, which we'll untwist it the other way now. It's not bad there. We can throw some clamps on it, maybe, hopefully. We'll see. Clamp it there. Clamp it there. And just, I don't know, throw some weight on it there.